I did not expect this to become the saga that it has. I gasped out loud when I saw this. Hello and welcome to this week's vlog. I am waiting outside Goodwill right now because I am going to be thrifting for Christmas stuff. Mostly decor because Alex and I don't have a ton of decorations for any season or any holiday since this is our first year in our own home, and in the last 3 apartments that we lived in, we just didn't have enough storage to justify buying a ton of decorations. My goal is to build up our stash kind of slowly so that we don't break the bank, and that's also why I like to check thrift stores first to see if I can find something used before I go and buy something new. Something that I normally do that I did not do before this trip is look up inspiration and ideas for what types of items I'm looking for, because when you go to a thrift store, it can be overwhelming since it's just this like hodgepodge of stuff. It helps keep me more organized and on track if I have like an overall picture for the types of things I'm looking for instead of being in the store in the moment trying to look at all these different items that I might be interested in and think like, is this the vibe I'm going for? Will all of this work cohesively together? But I did not do that. I also might look for some stocking stuffer, Christmas gift type things for Kai, but I have a very specific list for the things that we are getting him this year. So those might be kind of hard to find in a thrift store, which is fine. And speaking of Kai, he is actually not here. My mom's staying with us, so she's watching him, and I have a very rare hour or 2 to myself. Okay, let's do it. I feel like I did really good at Goodwill, and I was going to go to another thrift store, but I am running out of time, and I do think I need to look on Pinterest or something to get a little bit more of a broad picture for the types of things I'm looking for, because Goodwill is usually, I feel like, the thrift store. My battery died, but it is 2 days later now. I did end up going to Goodwill and then Once Upon a Child, and I feel like I scored, but now I am at the other thrift store that I wanted to go to and just didn't have time. I did also finally go on Pinterest and get some inspo for the types of things that I'm looking for, because it is just overwhelming. I feel like thrift stores during Christmas have so much stuff, especially knickknacks. And I'm not really a knickknack kind of person, but I was looking through all of those originally before I got my inspo on Pinterest and was like, do I want that? Do I see that in my house? But no, I have a much better idea of the types of items I'm looking for. I don't know if I'll find them in here, but this thrift store usually has an even better selection than Goodwill, so I'm at least hopeful.
Oh, Christmas tree. Oh, Christmas tree. The leaves are so unchanging. Oh, Christmas tree.
ARC actually did not have as much as I thought they were going to. They did have a lot of stuff, but it was more knickknacks than anything else. So we did get a few things, but I'm not sure that I'm going to keep one of them. And then I got this mason jar because one of my girlfriend's family is coming over for Thanksgiving and she really loves clotted cream, so I thought I would make her some and put it in this. I'm at Goodwill again, this time with a list though, because when I came last time, I didn't know what I was looking for. I was just perusing, so I'm not sure if I glazed over some of these items that I now know that I'm looking for. right, I did not expect this to become the saga that it has. After multiple trips to the 2 thrift shops in town, as well as a trip to 2 thrift shops outside of town, I can now finally say I am done. Originally, I felt like I was just winning at thrifting. Like that first trip I made, I was just like, wow, I am finding all the goodies. And then I started to get kind of frustrated because I felt like my winning streak was slowing down and I was having a harder time finding the types of things that I was looking for. So I had to remind myself of my own words. I've mentioned this before, and that is that you don't have to get every single piece of holiday decor that you want in one single season. You can build up your stash over time, and that is totally okay. Not only does that make it more budget friendly to decorate your home for the holidays, but I think if you do that, you also have a better chance of winding up with pieces that you really, really love and that also work together well. I'm gonna show you everything that I got. The first item has nothing to do with Christmas, but this was a steal. Like, I gasped out loud when I saw this. It's a wicker basket with a lid that I plan to use as a hamper for our bedroom. I have been wanting one of these since we moved into this house because we have one of those like standard plastic hampers. It's just open, it has 2 handles on the side, and it's been fine. I've had it for a very, very long time. Alex and I have always been able to fit it in a closet, but even though now we have 2 closets, they're not very deep, so that hamper is not going to fit. So I wanted something that is functional and can hold our clothes and looks nice, and I really wanted something like this with a lid so that it kind of conceals the clothes. So it almost looks more like a piece of decor than a hamper. This was $8.99, and these are so expensive online. That's why when I saw it, I was like, oh, let me just show you really quick. I'm gonna show you, hold on, okay. Hopefully you can see this. Let me see. Okay. All right, I'm hoping you can see this, but like these, maybe I should just screen record. When I saw this one, this Pottery Barn one, I got so excited because it looks so similar to what I have here, and it's almost $300. The second thing that I found was light up candy canes that go outside. I also got really excited when I saw these because Alex and I decided to go for kind of like a vintage 90s theme for our outdoor Christmas decor. So Alex was able to find on Marketplace those like big, fat, multicolored lights that go around the house, and they're not LEDs, they're like the old school ones. So I think they look a little bit different. I looked on Pinterest and I saw those little light up candy canes, and I thought that that would be perfect for our driveway. So I found 3 packs of those at Goodwill for I think $5 each, and they look so good. We actually do need like 1 more pack, so I might go ahead and buy a new pack if I can find the same kind online, but either way, that was a really, really good find too. I found a burlap sack. Now this one was exciting for me specifically because as a kid, we had a burlap sack that we would hang on the inside of the front door, and we did have individual stockings, but that served as kind of like a stocking for everyone. So when I saw this, it felt meant to be. I actually even texted a picture of it to my dad, and he was like, well, there you go, you have to get it. This was $4, and while the one that we had as a kid, I think I decorated, like I think it was a school project, I really like the design on this one. I like the snowy truck with the tree theme, and I might try to replace the string with something a little bit nicer looking, like maybe ribbon or something like that. Either way, I am so excited to have a little burlap sack of my own for my own home. I got 4 things of wrapping paper. I got another one that was just plain red, but I put that one in our basement up on a shelf and I couldn't reach it. These are all brand new, still in their cellophane, a couple dollars each. Even if you are not much of a thrifter, I highly recommend checking out Goodwill or another local thrift shop for wrapping paper during the holidays, because 95% of the time it's like this, like brand new. It's just rolls of paper that people didn't need and gave away, and it's brand new for like $1 or $2. I had also decided that I wanted to get some Christmas mugs that we take out just for this time of year. The first one that I found was this reindeer mug. It is so cute. And it feels like good quality. I actually originally had purchased another one with that reindeer mug, but then I kind of decided that the two didn't really go together, and I would like to, at least for now, stick with mugs that flow together, like what I was talking about earlier. So I went back and I got this snowman mug. If you want a snowman mug, you really should check out the thrift store, because at every single one I went to, the amount of snowman, snowwoman mugs was insane. And then I got this mug. It's not really a Christmas design per se, but it has this design on it that looks like a cable knit sweater. And so I felt like it was just perfect for winter, and it's neutral, so it still goes with the other two. I also just love the long shape of this one. I went to Once Upon a Child and I thrifted Kai a couple pairs of Christmas jammies. One of them is dirty right now, so I'm not gonna show those, but the ones that are dirty are Grinch themed. They say always nice, and then they have like the little Grinch smirk on them. The second pair I got him are these little dinosaur Christmas jammies. It's like dinosaurs decorating the tree. And I'm glad I got him 2 pairs, because these ones fit him perfectly, and the Grinch ones are honestly a little bit small, but they're so cute that I was like, well, for 1 month, whatever. The last 2 things that I thrifted, I think I'm gonna actually take back. First, it's this throw pillow. I don't love this reindeer design, but my plan was just to flip it and keep it like this. A lot of the living room Christmas inspo that I was looking at was this like cabin vibey decor, which originally I thought I really liked, but I've had this for a few days. I've been looking at it. I've been looking at other throw pillows and throw blankets that would go with this, and I just don't think that that's the vibe that feels like our home, if that makes sense. It looks really good in pictures, don't get me wrong, but it's just very bright, it's very bold, and we have a small living room, so I feel like it just will be too much, and I don't know if this feels like me. Like, the more I think about it and the more that I look online and look at different items, I think I want to go for more quilted type items or like embroidered type items, because I think that those can still sometimes be bold, but they just have a softer, more cozy look in my opinion. So I think the couch for right now is just gonna be how it is. If I find something that I really, really love, whether it's thrifted or brand new, I'll probably just get it. But if I don't, I'm good to just leave it. And that brings me to the last item, which also was for the couch. I was looking for more like striped type throw blankets like that pillow. I was having a really hard time. I originally got really excited when I saw this. It's a woven blanket and it's 100% cotton. That was what caught my attention, because so many throw blankets are like acrylic or polyester or some sort of like synthetic material. So when I saw that this was completely a natural material, I snatched it immediately, and it's $7. So it's not like super cheap for a thrifted item, but for a throw blanket, like that's pretty good. I'll show you up close. Okay. It has this Christmas tree and Christmas wreath design on it, and on the picture it shows the white side, but I mean you could do it either way. Like you can see right here that the back side is more colored. This was one of those items that in the store I wasn't fully sold on it, but I decided to just go ahead and get it just in case, because especially like at a thrift store, if you leave it there and you come back, it very well might not be there. I was hoping that these two would go more together, but I don't think they do, other than the fact that they have the same colors. And like I said, the more I thought about it, the more I just felt like I want something softer and not so like boom in your face. So these two unfortunately are going back. Oh, and I forgot to say this was $13, which also seems kind of expensive for a thrift find, but throw pillows like at Target are $25 to $35. So once I saw that, I was like, ooh. Pause for just 1 second. It's the next day. I went to the thrift store to take back that throw pillow and the blanket, and my mom was watching Kai again. So Alex and I took a quick loop around the thrift store again, just in case there was anything new. And I found something that I don't think I put on my list, but it was something that I was looking for just in case, and that is Christmas themed kitchen towels. I actually found a lot of Christmas themed kitchen towels at all the thrift stores I went to, but they either weren't great quality or they had kind of a bold, sort of obnoxious design on them that I just don't feel like would go well with our decor. So when I found these, I was really excited because they're 100% cotton. They're only $2.29 each, and I love that they give a Christmas vibe, a Christmas look, but it's not anything too bold or in your face, if that makes sense. Anyways, I was just really excited about this and I wanted to share. That's all I've got for you. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you're having a beautiful day and I will catch you in the next one. Bye.